Welcome back, everybody, and Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed your holidays, because I know I did. The first video of this year, I'm going to talk about their Celestial Tech Packs. There's going to be a lot of confusion about, where these should go in terms of, the characters. The first one I'm going to talk about is Refinement, since it is given out like Halloween candy, and for some reason in the shop, this one is always the one that has the increased rate. Now, this is great for your already tanky characters because they're going to get that max HP and that recovery rate. Now, what confuses people about the recovery rate is they seem to think that the character has to have it via ISO set or their kit, but this actually gets its own healing of its own. And it does have the guard against 5 hits, but that's not to be confused with invincibility. So I guess that's the only downfall. If this had invincibility, it would be an absolute monster CTP for tanks. You'll stick this on your blue marvels and loot cages. Up next, the next CTP that we're going to be talking about is the Ctp of Transcendence. This is a hybrid for PvP and PvE because this on Loki and Alliance Battle Extreme works out extremely well, but also in PvP it works out extremely well for characters like Jean Grey because they're going to get that bonus attack and then decreases the reflect by 40% on this one, and then you get that invincibility. So this is a little bit of a hybrid one. So I typically tend to throw these on energy users. It works out best for them. And also, if you have your Apocalypse built for PvP, it's great on him. So after that, we're going to talk about the Ctp of Patience. This one is very elusive, very rare to get. I'd say it's probably the hardest one to get, but it's got the dodge and the all attack. I throw this on Ant-Man or Wasp, basically characters that are already a pain in the ass when it comes to dodge, and this thing's going to shine. Spider-Man is also a viable character you can throw this on, and this is really great for PvP as well since you have the invincibility. Up next, this one's a little long-winded, the Ctp of Authority. I personally find this to be the best PvP oriented CTP. You got the guard break immunity, the critical damage. Now, for this one specifically, when you have HP below 50%, it starts doing that weird thing where you start ignoring damage and that damage gets transferred into all attack by a certain percentage. This one is 5% for every 1% of damage taken, and that's for 7 seconds. So essentially that's 35% increased damage that you get, and you get the invincibility on there. So again, this is, if you have somebody for PvP, that's where you want to go. Authority. Destruction is another great CTP for PvP because of the guard break immunity, but this one has a damage proc, and then it also has that percentage to penetrate, invincibility, and all that. So if you're having trouble with those people that have those all HP below this percentage that get that invincibility proc, then this is going to be what you have to cut through that. Last but not least, Ctp of Energy is pretty self-explanatory, but this one is mainly for PvE and for characters who have chain damage. And what chain damage is basically a continuous attack that does, multiple ticks of damage. And what a lot of people don't know is that for the chain damage to affect, it has to be a single animation. Once that animation is ended, then that means that the benefit of that chain damage is ended. So just keep that in mind. You're going to want to throw your Ctp energies on your big time Alliance battle characters that have continuous attacks, your tier 3s like Magneto, your Strifes, your Apocalypse. It doesn't really work out that well for him. I'm still running it on him, but I think that there are a lot better options. But again, you're going to want to keep this with people who have chain damage. Anyway, this has been Trippy Cakes. Hope you enjoyed. Please do like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. And again, Happy New Year, guys.